Hey there, welcome back. Today we will talk about the if-else block. Now we have already checked if block, but today we will check it in a greater detail. So in order to get started, first of all we will create a very simple int variable. We will give the value 5 for this variable, and moving forward let us add a if block. And inside this if block, let us type in a very sweet and simple message, and the message would be condition is true. Alright, so this seems to be good enough. Now inside this if block, the condition should be only boolean. So for example, if I say x equals to 10, then definitely there would be an issue. But if I say x equals to 10, then our program will execute properly. As if now there won't be any output because the condition is false and there is no other statement that would be printed on the console. So let me do it like this, and I will make the if condition true. X equals to 5. So the condition would be true, and here is the output. So pretty good. Now moving forward, let us remove these pair of braces and then try to execute and check what would be the output. And the output would be same. Now friends, whenever we end a statement, there would be a semicolon, but there are a couple of exceptions. Like if is an exception. After the if block, we don't make use of any semicolon. Even though if I make use of semicolon in here, the output will not change. The output is same, right? But if I make the condition false, for example, even then the output would be same. So little strange, right? So what does this semicolon means? Now friends, understand this. If block has a scope of only one statement after the if block. Now a semicolon would be treated as a complete statement, right? So this will work like this, and after this statement, semicolon, here is a yet another statement. So the impact of if would be nothing. So this could be a silly mistake, and always do remember that semicolon is not required when we are making use of if, and if you are making use of semicolon, then definitely there would be unexpected outputs. Alright, so that is one thing. Apart from that, as we now know that the scope of if is only a single statement, so in here the output is oops. Alright, so the condition is true, the output would be nothing. Let me fix this. The condition is true is the output, which is perfect. Now for example, if I copy this line of code and then paste it once again, then what should be the output? The output would be condition is true for 2 times, right? Now let us understand the scope better. If I make the condition false now the if condition is false, this particular statement which is just after this if statement is inside the scope of if statement. Now the condition is false, so this statement will not get executed, but the second statement is not inside the scope of your if block. As a result, there would be an output and condition is true would be printed. So let me fix this issue, and we can fix this issue by taking help of code block. So these braces are nothing but code blocks, and inside these braces there are statements which fall inside a single block, and in fact by taking help of these braces we are extending the scope of if. Now it is always recommended to make use of these braces even if there is only one statement for your if block. That will make your code more readable, and that is a programming best practice as well. So let me execute this program, and this time around the program will work properly and this will not give any output. And if I make this a proper condition, then definitely the output would be condition is true for multiple times. Alright, so now similar to if, the scope of else is also a single statement. Let me show you. Let me copy this statement and paste it in here, and I will type in condition is false for the else part, and again the output would be condition is true for 2 times. And if we update the condition. Now the condition is false, so definitely your condition would be printed on the console. Likewise, if I print twice this, then again the condition would be false and the statement would be print twice. But if I make the condition true, then a unexpected output would be there. Condition is true, condition is true, condition is false. So this is not expected. So always make use of these blocks. That will definitely help you out to prevent these unexpected result. So that is something which is important. Now in here, we can create more sophisticated if else block. So let me show you that. Alright, so first of all, let us get rid of this else block. Now first of all, let us understand where we can make use of if. Now here is a if block. Now there is absolutely no restriction that we won't be able to make use of if inside if. Definitely we can do that. So inside this if block, we can say if x is greater than 5, then we will be printing, for example, x is greater than 5. Likewise, we can also add in a else block in here, and we can type in x is smaller than 5. Alright, so we are making use of if inside if. Moreover, there is also else part inside if. So nesting of if or creating combination of if else is perfectly okay. In fact, I can also make use of if inside this else block. So there is no upper limit. You can modify if else in any manner that will work properly till you are not making any syntax mistake. So if there is any syntax mistake, then definitely there would be an issue. So this program will work properly, and x is smaller than 5 is the output. The reason is pretty simple. In here, we are simply making use of greater than symbol. This is the reason why else part got executed. If I say x is greater than 5, then definitely your output would be x is greater than 5. In fact, this else part is a dead code because we are simply comparing x equals to 5 or not. So here is a yet another thing. Whenever you make use of if else, do try to check whether they are logical or not, whether your program will work properly or not, because Eclipse and Java can complain about the syntax error or runtime error, but they won't complain about the logical error. So that is one thing. Moreover, this code is looking horrible, right? So in order to make this better and make it more readable, there is something known as indentation. We can indent and format the program properly, and Eclipse can do that for us. And how we can achieve that? We can make use of a shortcut which is Control Shift and F, or alternatively we can right click and we can navigate to source and we can format our code, right? So let us click on format, and now the program is more readable. So always remember that we indent things inside things. For example, if is a outer if, so we will write inner if indented towards right, so that will make the code more readable. So this is one more thing. Alright, so let us get rid of it, and moving forward we will check if else if. So little tricky, right? So we would be checking out something interesting in couple of minutes. Now, alright, so this program isn't a good program. In here we have a dead code, right? So we won't be able to identify whether the value of x is smaller than 5 or not. For example, if I say x equals to 4, then whoops, there is no output in fact. So we will fix this issue by taking help of else if condition as well, and that is something which would be interesting. So first of all, let us add in a multi-line comment in here. So the scope of if will end in here. Alright, so this looks good to me. Now in order to improve the format of this program, I will simply hit Control Shift and F, and Eclipse will format the comment for us. So this looks good to me, and moving forward I will simply type in if x equals to 5, then sys out, and in here I will type in x equals to 5. So pretty simple, right? And if we would like to apply a yet another condition in here, so we will say else x is greater than 5, then we will add in a yet another condition in here, and we will type in x is greater than 5. So this seems to be good enough, right? Now Eclipse is complaining about something, right? Let me check. Oops, this is a terrible mistake. In here I need to type in if, so I forgot that. So pretty silly. Alright, so now we are able to identify whether x is equal to 5 or x is greater than 5. Now how to identify moving forward that x is smaller than 5 or not? So that is something you must think about. Pause this video, think about it, try to code and imagine the code what will fix our problem, and then resume the video and check the solution for the same. Alright, so first of all, let us check whether if we make the value of x equals to 4, what would be the output? There is no output as expected, right? So moving forward, in here we will simply add an else part. Why we are not checking out the condition? Because there are 3 possibilities for value of x. First possibility of x could be equal to 5. The second possibility is x could be greater than 5. And finally, the third and the last possibility is x is smaller than 5. So definitely we need not to make use of any else if condition in here. A plain else will work, and it will work like fantastic. So we will type in x is smaller than 5. So now we have created a better program by taking help of if, else, if, else. And definitely you can explore more this if, else, if conditions, and you can play along with that. Practice is important. If you would like to make your careers in Java, do try to practice, do try to make your programs, try to imagine a concept or try to imagine a program and try to solve it by yourself. Check it out whether you are able to solve the problem or not. And now friends, practice is important. Practice and try to check whether you are able to solve the problems using your programs or not. Experiment. Failing is good. Failing is the best teacher. You can get unexpected result, you can make mistakes, but that's okay. You can experiment and learn a lot. Java is something very important, and learning programming is an amazing skill to have now. So this is Chand signing off, and I will catch you in the next video with a new explanation.